We often underestimate the profound impact our relationships have on our mental, emotional, and physical health, dismissing them as mere components of our everyday lives. But what if I told you that the depth and quality of the relationships you cultivate could hold the key to a life filled with joy, purpose, and fulfillment? Let's explore the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, a philosophy not only centered on enduring life's trials, but also on recognizing the transformative power of surrounding ourselves with people who elevate us. Stoicism teaches that true peace doesn't arise from merely weathering storms. It comes from living in harmony with ourselves and others. It challenges us to seek out relationships that inspire growth, foster inner calm, and align with virtues like justice, wisdom, courage, and moderation. This isn't just about avoiding negativity. It's about intentionally curating connections that nurture your highest self. In this journey, we'll uncover 12 unmistakable signs that it may be time to reassess certain relationships in your life. This isn't merely an exercise in identifying toxicity. It's an invitation to make deliberate choices that safeguard your inner tranquility and keep you aligned with your core values. Whether you're striving for healthier connections or seeking the courage to make difficult decisions, this exploration will equip you with the tools to transform how you approach relationships. Together, we'll learn how to gracefully release toxic ties while protecting the most precious gift we possess, our inner peace. If this resonates with you, consider supporting this journey by subscribing. It's a small step that ensures you stay engaged as we move closer to a life guided by purpose, integrity, and serenity. Respect, the cornerstone of meaningful relationships. At the heart of every thriving relationship lies respect, the bedrock upon which trust, kindness, and mutual understanding are built. In Stoic philosophy, respect is inseparable from the virtue of justice, which calls for fairness, dignity, and ethical conduct in all our interactions. When respect is absent, it represents more than a breach of social norms. It signifies a deviation from the path to a virtuous and meaningful life. Reflect on how it feels when someone disregards your worth, even as you extend them courtesy and kindness. It's not just uncomfortable, it erodes your sense of dignity over time, undermining your ability to live with integrity. Stoicism encourages us to respond with reason, clarity, and emotional detachment, viewing disrespect as a reflection of the other person's shortcomings rather than our own. Walking away from a disrespectful relationship isn't a failure. It's a powerful affirmation of your self-worth and commitment to living justly. By setting boundaries and prioritizing your peace, you actively choose relationships that uplift and sustain your well-being, mental health, and emotional well-being. The relationships we nurture profoundly shape our mental and emotional landscapes. Stoicism places immense value on tranquility, the state of being emotionally balanced and calm, regardless of external circumstances. Yet, if you find yourself consistently feeling anxious, stressed, or emotionally drained because of someone close to you, it's a clear sign that the relationship may be depleting your energy rather than enriching your life. Stoicism doesn't advocate enduring suffering for the sake of endurance alone. Instead, it urges us to protect our peace by surrounding ourselves with environments and individuals that nourish our spirit. When a relationship perpetually drains your emotional reserves, it obstructs your path to a peaceful and meaningful existence. The Stoics teach us to distance ourselves from sources of negativity, ensuring that we prioritize our mental health and emotional resilience. This isn't about shying away from discomfort. It's about making intentional choices that align with virtues like wisdom, rationality, and strength. Taking steps to safeguard your mental peace, whether through setting boundaries or stepping away from toxic dynamics, is a proactive act of self-care. Misaligned values, a source of inner conflict. Our core values serve as a moral compass, guiding us through life's complexities. When these values clash with the actions or behaviors of those around us, it creates a deep sense of internal discord. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of personal integrity and the pursuit of virtue. If someone in your life consistently acts in ways that contradict your principles, such as dishonesty, disrespect, or selfishness, it can become a persistent source of tension and unease. The Stoics remind us of the importance of surrounding ourselves with individuals who reflect the virtues we aspire to embody. When someone's actions repeatedly conflict with your values, it creates friction that hinders your peace and personal growth. Recognizing this misalignment isn't about condemning others. It's about acknowledging that some relationships may not support your moral and ethical development. Stoicism invites us to reflect deeply on these dynamics, empowering us to make choices that honor our values and nurture our highest potential. The courage to let go, a path to wisdom and virtue. When reconciliation or compromise proves unattainable, it may be time to release relationships that impede your journey toward wisdom and virtue. By doing so, you create space for connections that uplift and align with your highest aspirations. Emotional and physical depletion, the hidden cost of toxic bonds. A truly nourishing relationship should leave both individuals feeling revitalized, inspired, and supported. If interactions consistently leave you emotionally or physically drained, it's a red flag signaling imbalance. Stoicism teaches us to steward our inner energy wisely, channeling it toward growth and serenity. Relationships that sap this vital energy contradict the very essence of Stoic philosophy. Feeling depleted after engaging with someone is not merely an inconvenience. It's evidence that the relationship demands more from you than it offers in return. The Stoics advocate for reciprocal, nurturing bonds that enrich your well-being and foster personal evolution. When a relationship exhausts you, pause to reflect. Are the dynamics unhealthy? Is one party taking more than they contribute? Addressing this drain requires introspection, and sometimes stepping back from those who deplete your spirit. This isn't about avoiding challenges, but prioritizing relationships that nurture your growth, peace, and flourishing. The Stoic blueprint for healthier connections. By embracing Stoic principles, we can revolutionize how we approach relationships. Stoicism provides a compass for discerning when certain ties no longer serve our well-being or personal development. It guides us to cultivate relationships rooted in mutual respect, honesty, and shared growth, connections that elevate rather than diminish us. Whether it involves severing toxic bonds or nurturing healthier ones, Stoic wisdom equips us to live with integrity and tranquility. Managing negative relationships for personal growth. Navigating relationships that drain us emotionally or mentally ranks among life's greatest challenges. Whether caused by a lack of reciprocity, pervasive negativity, or unrealistic expectations, identifying the root cause is the first step toward resolution. Once the issue is clear, you can chart a course forward through candid dialogue, firm boundaries, or, in extreme cases, creating distance to safeguard your peace and vitality. Addressing draining relationships transcends mere negativity removal. It's about carving out room for supportive, uplifting connections that fuel your growth. According to Stoicism, every relationship should enhance your life, not detract from it. Relationships are meant to be sanctuaries where you thrive, not arenas of stress or exhaustion. When aligned with Stoic ideals, mutual respect, honesty, and personal evolution, they form a circle of enrichment, empowering you to become your best self while positively impacting others. Living authentically, rejecting manipulation. In Stoicism, authenticity and clarity reign supreme. Stoics strive to perceive the world as it truly is, free from distortions imposed by external forces. Manipulation stands as the antithesis of this principle, a tool of control that bends reality to serve the manipulator at the expense of the manipulated. This distortion clouds judgment, steering you away from reason and virtue. Manipulation often wears a mask, appearing as overt deceit or subtle gaslighting that undermines your perceptions and erodes your confidence. Stoicism champions truth and integrity, making manipulation a direct affront to these values. It imposes another's will upon you, obscuring your ability to make rational decisions based on unfiltered reality. Confronting manipulation demands unwavering commitment to Stoic ideals, seeing through distortions, setting boundaries, and sharpening your awareness of manipulative tactics. Reflecting on a relationship's dynamics helps determine whether it merits repair or warrants distance for the sake of your integrity and peace. Liberating yourself from manipulative ties realigns you with the Stoic ideal of living authentically, fostering clearer thought and deeper tranquility. Trust, the pillar of meaningful relationships. At the core of every profound relationship lies trust, a cornerstone intrinsically linked to the Stoic virtue of justice, which upholds fairness, honesty, and reliability. Trust transforms relationships into bastions of strength, enabling mutual growth and fostering harmony. Through the lens of Stoicism, trust becomes not just a moral imperative, but a foundation for meaningful connection and enduring peace. By adhering to these principles, we forge relationships that honor our humanity, nurture our potential, and guide us toward lives of purpose and fulfillment. Trust serves as the bedrock of every meaningful connection. Without it, relationships crumble under the weight of doubt and insecurity, leaving little room for authentic closeness. When trust falters, it often stems from a failure to uphold timeless Stoic virtues, qualities like dependability, transparency, and fairness. Without trust, suspicion festers, fear takes root, and defensiveness becomes the default posture. In a relationship marred by broken trust, you find yourself perpetually on guard, bracing for betrayal at every turn. Stoicism reminds us that being trustworthy isn't merely about moral correctness, but about fostering an environment where trust can thrive naturally. If trust has been fractured, the path forward demands honest self-reflection and courageous communication. Ask yourself, have I contributed to this erosion of trust? Stoicism urges us to confront such questions head-on, returning to principles of integrity and straightforwardness to rebuild what was lost. And when the fault lies with another, a Stoic approach blends empathy with firm boundaries, understanding their humanity while safeguarding your own. Yet there are moments when restoration proves impossible, and stepping away may be the only way to preserve your inner peace. Trust is not merely the foundation of relationships. It is essential to achieving the tranquility Stoicism so deeply values. Relationships devoid of trust cannot provide the harmony we seek, compelling us to reevaluate whether they align with our ethical commitments. Abuse, in any form, stands diametrically opposed to Stoic ideals. Physical, emotional, or verbal harm violates the fundamental principle of treating others and ourselves with inherent dignity and respect. Stoicism teaches that enduring abuse silently is neither noble nor wise. Instead, it calls upon us to protect our inner citadel, preserving our mental clarity and self-respect even amidst external turmoil. Removing oneself from harm's way isn't an act of vengeance, but one of self-preservation, a decision rooted in wisdom and courage. Seeking guidance from trusted allies or professionals ensures that you take deliberate steps towards safety and healing. For Stoics, personal growth and moral excellence are the cornerstones of a life well lived. Relationships must transcend mere companionship. They should serve as crucibles for mutual encouragement and transformation. When a partnership lacks support or stifles growth, it contradicts these core Stoic tenets, leading to stagnation rather than progress. A thriving relationship challenges both individuals to rise higher, offering constructive feedback, shared experiences, and unwavering encouragement to live according to their principles. Without this dynamic exchange, potential dims, aspirations falter, and development halts. Stoicism implores us to reflect deeply when a relationship ceases to nurture growth. This might involve candid conversations to recalibrate shared goals, or recognizing that the relationship no longer serves its purpose. Taking action, even if it means parting ways, is vital for aligning with our highest aspirations. Life presents us with countless relationships, some uplifting, others draining. The Stoic lens emphasizes truth, integrity, and self-respect as guiding stars through these complexities. By addressing toxicity, setting boundaries, and cultivating connections that inspire mutual growth, we craft a life congruent with our deepest values. Some relationships do more than fail. They actively obstruct the pursuit of the life we envision. Recognizing this reality requires discernment. Understanding how each connection either elevates or diminishes our alignment with core principles. A purpose-driven life demands intentionality, including thoughtful consideration of who shares our energy and time. In Stoic philosophy, relationships are far more than sources of companionship. They are arenas for practicing fairness, generosity, and reciprocity. A healthy bond thrives on balance, with both parties contributing equally to the give and take. Selfishness disrupts this equilibrium, eroding trust and breeding resentment over time. Affection wanes, bonds weaken, and the relationship unravels. True harmony arises only when both individuals commit to giving and receiving in equal measure, a testament to the enduring power of mutual respect and shared virtue. Stoicism reveals that true virtue lies in mastering oneself and embracing the belief that the welfare of others is as vital as our own. When selfishness takes center stage in a relationship, it erects walls that block both personal development and moral progress. Confronting such behavior demands honesty and thoughtful communication. Rather than assigning blame, the Stoic path invites us to address the issue with calm clarity, explaining its effects and collaborating on solutions. Yet, this approach does not mean enduring harm. If repeated efforts to inspire change falter, Stoicism empowers us with the resolve to step away from relationships that no longer align with our values or contribute to our well-being. Leaving is not an act of betrayal. It's acknowledging when a connection has ceased to nurture growth or harmony. In Stoic philosophy, communication is an expression of virtue. The words we choose can either build bridges or burn them down. When negativity, sarcasm, or condescension seep into interactions, they corrode respect and trust, the very foundations of any meaningful bond. Destructive communication doesn't merely inflict fleeting pain. It leaves lasting scars, altering how individuals perceive one another. From a Stoic perspective, speaking should aim to foster understanding, not to dominate debates or assert superiority. Conflict resolution must focus on healing divides, not winning arguments. Strengthening communication requires deliberate effort, defining intentions, listening deeply, and seeking guidance if needed. Should harmful patterns persist despite sincere attempts to mend them, Stoicism counsels safeguarding your inner tranquility. At times, the most compassionate decision for yourself and others is to distance yourself from a relationship that consistently drains your spirit. Respecting individual needs and boundaries is fundamental to Stoic thought. A relationship that disregards these elements risks becoming unbalanced and unsustainable. Whether through overstepping limits, imposing unilateral decisions, or dismissing emotions, neglecting someone's needs signals disrespect and fosters toxicity. In Stoicism, advocating for your own requirements isn't selfish. It's an act of self-respect and care. Establishing firm boundaries and articulating them confidently are crucial steps toward cultivating healthy connections. If, after asserting your needs, they remain unheeded, it may be time to reassess the viability of the relationship. Stoicism reminds us to surround ourselves with those who uplift and inspire us, not those who deplete our energy. A partnership that consistently falls short of this ideal might no longer deserve our investment. Mutual accountability forms the bedrock of enduring relationships. Stoicism champions personal responsibility, urging us to examine our actions and accept their consequences. Without accountability, misunderstandings fester and trust crumbles. For relationships to flourish, clear expectations and mutual regard are essential. When one party consistently evades responsibility, the dynamic becomes skewed and fragile. Stoicism advocates for open dialogue about standards, setting behavioral benchmarks, and regularly checking in to ensure both voices are valued. If these measures prove ineffective, it may be necessary to reconsider the relationship. Upholding mutual accountability is indispensable for fostering personal integrity and moral evolution. Ultimately, Stoicism isn't about clinging to toxic ties under the guise of loyalty. It's about pursuing virtue, wisdom, and inner peace. Every relationship provides an opportunity to embody these ideals. If a connection persistently stifles your growth, releasing it is an exercise in wisdom, not abandonment. A life guided by Stoic principles is anchored in respect, accountability, and shared support. If your relationships fail to mirror these tenets, the bravest choice may be to walk away, prioritizing your peace and progress over holding on to something that no longer enriches your existence.